federal government directs investigation on alleged funds diversion in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs as former Minister Sadia Umar Farouk arrives EFCC headquarters. Ahead of February 3rd by-elections in some constituencies, APC rounds off party primaries. Welcome, this is Panorama. I'm Ruth Aguele. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed that a thorough and comprehensive investigation be conducted to ascertain the accuracy and validity of the allegations that the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, directed the payments of funds into private account. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in a statement to address the widespread information circulating, acknowledged the concerns raised by the public and assures that the government takes the issues most seriously. The federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the minister says, is transparent and accountable to the people and committed to ensuring that public funds are allocated and utilized effectively and efficiently to address the needs of Nigerians. The government, he says, is determined to unravel the truth as it relates to the matter, adding that appropriate action will be taken to ensure that any breaches and infractions are identified and decisively punished in line with the administration's commitment to public accountability and due process. The minister advised the public to note that against the backdrop of various unverified narratives circulating on the internet, the Ministry of Information and National Orientation is the primary source for verified information about events and actions of the federal government of Nigeria, and only accurate details will be shared with the public. Meanwhile, former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Mrs. Sadia Umar Farouk, has arrived headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to honor the invitation by the Anti-Graft Agency to offer clarifications in respect of some issues the Commission is investigating. On politics, Garba Umar Uba has clinched the All Progressives Congress ticket for Ungaski Shanga Yauri Federal Constituency, declaring the results shortly after the primary election held in Yauri. The returning officer, who is also the former Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Abdulmalik Mahmoud, declared that Umar Uba scored 140 votes, defeating his opponent, Dr. Abubakar Jibrin, who got 8 votes, while 2 votes were invalid. It will be recalled that the winner of the election of the constituency, Yusuf Tenko Sununu, dropped his victory to take up his current appointment as the Minister of State for Education. 33 presiding officers of the parliaments of 25 countries have converged on Kampala, Uganda, for the 27th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth. The 4-day conference, declared open by President Yoweri Museveni of the Republic of Uganda, is focusing on the environment and climate change, diverse and inclusive parliaments, security for parliaments, and the role of speakers and presiding officers in building consensus for parliamentary business. Nigeria's Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Jibrin, who was represented by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Interparliamentary Affairs, Senator Jimo, presented a paper during a special plenary session titled Building Consensus for Parliamentary Business, the Role of Speakers and Presiding Officers, setting the tone for the discussion on how best to build consensus for rancor-free parliaments, flexibility of the parliament to accommodate diverse opinions, which many parliamentarians at the conference say is the hallmark of the legislature. The paper advocated enhancement of social capital networking between presiding officers and other lawmakers to strengthen the parliament. Contributors from other Commonwealth countries who expressed opinions on the theme described the role of presiding officers as a complex tapestry woven from order, fairness, consensus, and leadership. Nigerians have been urged to support efforts of the military and other law enforcement agencies for improved, peaceful and secure society. Commander, 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Aguele and Sector 2, Operation Delta Safe South Brigadier General Sadisu Yakasai made the call during the celebration of the West African Social Activities WASA 2023 at 5 Battalion in Rivers State. Aya Prize will tell us about it.
The West African Social Activities WASA is a yearly event organized by the Nigerian Army to strengthen civil-military interactions and promote Nigeria's cultural diversity in the barracks as personnel take a break from their regimental military life to celebrate their different ethnic cultures and traditions under a relaxed social atmosphere. Officer commanding 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Sadisu Yakasai, described their efforts in 2023 as quite fruitful, resulting in improved crude oil production.
It's not only Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force, and other security agencies all came together to achieve that. And what we did 2023, we are going to double our effort and do much more than that in 2024.
Bayelsa State Governor, represented by Secretary to the State Government, Alabo Gideon Ekewe, expressed confidence in the capacity of the Nigerian Army for excellent performance.
We expect that they will do more, and one area we want to ask the military nationwide is to involve in construction activities.
There were cultural dance performances from different ethnic groups. Gifts and awards were presented to outstanding personnel in different categories, while the usual beating of retreat and fire display form high points of the event. In 5 Battalion Lele River State, Aya Brazil, NTA News.
Authorities of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, has intercepted a consignment of Colorado, a very strong strain of cannabis concealed in boxing kits imported from the United States of America. The Bora Balak Bubu compiled operations recorded by the NDLEA since January 1st this year.
Intelligence-led operations to get the receiver arrested was consummated on Saturday, 6 January, following the successful tracking and arrest of 38-year-old Olorun Fumi Saheed Olakunle, who distributes the dangerous psychoactive substance to dealers across Lagos State. The consignment had arrived the country on Monday, 1st January, via Cairo on Egypt Airlines flight marked as boxing kits. Meanwhile, a 28-year-old female supplier of ammunition to bandits, Bilikisu Suleiman, came top on the list of 12 other suspects arrested by NDLEA operatives in New Year interdiction operations in Kaduna, Lagos, Niger, Kogi, Kano, Borno, and Osun states. Bilikisu was arrested on Wednesday, 3rd January by NDLEA officers on patrol along Zaria-Kano Expressway in possession of 249 rounds of 7.62 live ammunition concealed in a black nylon bag kept in her lady's handbag. She was on her way to deliver the ammunition to an identified bandit in Kakumi village, Katsina State, while she was nabbed, after which she was transferred to the Kaduna State Command of the Nigerian Police Force for further investigation. The military authorities at the Boni Camp cantonment in Lagos on Tuesday, 2nd January, transferred the suspect, Francis Suru, 37, and 63 jumbo bag of Ghana Loud, a strain of cannabis weighing 2,104.2 kilograms, and a truck to the Lagos State Command of the NDLEA. In the same vein, NDLEA operatives in Niger State on Thursday, 5th January, during a stop-and-search operation along Suleja Kaduna Road intercepted a J5 bus coming from Ondo State to Zaria, Kaduna State, with 23 bags of cannabis sativa weighing 219.5 kilograms. Two suspects, Umar Musa, 26, and Issa Churu Abubakar, were arrested in connection with the seizure, while a female drug trafficker, Queen Onyema, 27, was arrested on Saturday, 6 January in a commercial bus en route Abuja along Okene Lokoja Expressway with 12 compressed blocks of cannabis weighing 4.6 kilograms, 0.046 kilogram designer drugs concealed in an Indomie carton. Another suspect, Mubarak Sani, 20, was nabbed at Gadam Tamburawa area of Kanu on Monday, 1st January, with 445.9 kilograms of the same psychoactive substance. In Borno, 4 suspects, Zana Alhaji Dala, 32, Musa Umar, 21, Mushi Ibrahim, 23, and Shehu Idris, 19, were arrested at Pomfomari bypass area of the state with 60 kilograms of cannabis. Also in Oshun, NDLA operatives on Monday, 1st January, intercepted a consignment of illicit drugs sent through waybill from Lagos to Osogbo. A follow-up operation led to the arrest of Ibrahim Olawole, 43. NDLA commands across the 36 states and the FCT equally continued their war against drug abuse sensitization lectures in schools, communities, workplaces, and others. Chief Executive Officer of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Bubar Marwa, retired, commended the efforts of the operatives and charged them to continue to remain vigilant and double their efforts in the new year.
All right, let's take a break. We're back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Ekeremo, hometown of the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Hanikin Lukobiri, was agog during the Utah season as the people hosted their illustrious son. The reception, which wore the look of a carnival, served as a medium for Ekeremo people to deeply appreciate President Bola Tinubu for finding their son worthy of the appointment. Aya Prize reports.
It is the desire and prayers of families and communities to have their sons and daughters in positions of responsibility to positively impact society. This explains the joy of the people of Ekeremo community, headquarters of Ekeremo local government area of Bayelsa State, as they hosted their illustrious son, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Hanikin Lukobiri, to a grand reception in glitz and styles. The riverside community settled along the bank of River Ramos wore the look of a festive mood, and the arrays of rappers displayed in flag form around the community, awakening the memories of the just cultural symbol of festivity and welcoming great people to their communities. Chairman of the occasion and former Acting Director General of the DSS, Mr. Manchu Seyefa, who is also a son of the soil, and others in their remarks, including former Governor-elect of Bayelsa State, Chief David Lyon, deeply appreciated President Bola Tinubu for appointing their son, whom they describe as someone prepared for the assignment.
We are grateful to Mr. President for not only giving us a minister, but giving us a minister in a strategic ministry. He has been prepared for leadership. So we expect him to do well.
He's our brother, he's our leader. We will continue to support him to succeed.
Ekeremo community and the entire Ekeremo local government and the entire Bayelsa is solemnly behind him.
I do believe that with the support that stakeholders have given to him and all that, they will have no choice but to succeed.
We are very grateful to President Tinubu.
The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Lukobiri, who was literally overwhelmed by his people's show of love, goodwill, and loyalty, promised to make them proud by giving his level best to deliver the mandate of his office, which is critical to the success of the renewed Uber agenda of President Tinubu's administration.
I didn't know that they were going to be doing something like this. If I'd known, would have invited my colleagues and friends, but I didn't. I only came home to spend a new year with them, only to be received in this manner. I want to thank them for putting this together, and I also told them that they are owing the president a debt which they will repay in 2027.
The minister on arrival was earlier received in the palace of the Mananowe of Ekirimo Kingdom, King Agbodogba Simo, and his council of chiefs, who offered him royal blessings.
Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has appealed to workers to remain committed to productivity and efficiency in the new year, promising to redouble efforts to take Osun to enviable heights. The governor made the appeal during the 2024 inter-religious prayer held at the governor's office in Osogbo. Femi Afariogun reports.
It's the beginning of another year. Workers, religious leaders and traditional rulers are here to commit the year into God's hands. Various religious leaders led prayers for more development and progress of Osun State. Governor Ademola Adeleke said his government succeeded through God's grace in the year 2023 despite challenges posed to him by his oppositions.
We have grand ambition to take Osun to greater heights. I trust that with God, our people, we shall achieve our lofty goals and agenda.
The Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Akobi, who commended the various developmental projects of the governor, assured him of continued support from traditional rulers.
The driver of the state, who is the governor, that God should guide him and give him the wisdom to be more successful in his efforts.
I want to advise everybody in Osun State that we should work hand in hand with the governor to make Osun State a paradise on earth.
Workers expressed confidence in Governor Adeleke, saying the new year will be a rewarding one for all. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
Economists in Uyo are advising Nigerians to adapt to the reality of the new normal on the cashless economy. This is coming as part of continuous reactions to the Central Bank of Nigeria's assurances to safekeeping of depositors' funds in commercial banks. Joy Ubani, in an interaction with some citizens in Uyo, reports.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in its recent statement on safety of depositors' funds in commercial banks in Nigeria, has raised concerns from some Nigerians in Uyo.
I think that there is money in the bank that I can withdraw. Surprisingly, they said there is no money, so I don't know what is going on.
If you walk out of the bank to use the POS, story. So it's not working. Some people say that there's no money in the bank. No, we sell money, so we buy money.
Economic watchers call on relevant authorities to revisit the issue of low cash circulation in commercial banks.
I don't know what the bank are doing, the CBN and the commercial bank, whether they are cajoling us or they are making a fun of Nigeria.
It's unimaginable suffering. People will have their money, they will go to the bank to deposit money, but they can't have access to the money when they are in need of the money.
You go to get your money, the highest they can give you is 5,000 naira. The rest you say you go to ATM or POS. There's no money in the circulation at all.
An economist in the University of Uyo, Dr. Paul Orebi, advised Nigerians to accept the new normal in cash circulation.
There's nothing to worry about. From my perspective, CBN is doing their work, which is a statutory responsibility, of oversight over the monetary system. We need time, to get out of all of those problems. It won't happen in a jiffy.
However, the Apex Bank assures depositors of safety of their monies in commercial banks. Joy Ubani, NTA News.
Still staying in Uyo, every year, many people make resolutions at the start of the year to set and attain goals based on personal convictions. I have too. But many times, these resolutions can be tempting and hard to keep. For some people, it's just one of those annual rituals religiously indulged. The year 2024 is just unfolding, and our correspondent, Etienne Banga, examines how people in Uyo make resolutions for the year and how these resolutions can be kept.
The anticipated year 2024 is here, and as it gradually unfolds, it is expected to birth many dreams in all spheres of life. At the start of the year, Nigerians from all walks of life join millions around the world to usher in the year with high expectations to better their lot with the age-long tradition of New Year resolutions that are supposed to define the year and achieve aspirations. For a cross-section of people in Uyo, they are optimistic of a better year.
One of my New Year resolution is for me to try to do some saving to enable me meet up with high cost of living.
First of all, I'm finishing school this year, so that's one of the major things for me. And then secondly, I'll be starting my business this year by God's grace.
Many people make groups or individual resolution aim at meeting various targets. However, New Year resolutions have different meanings to different people.
A New Year resolution is what you, within you, think you can achieve in a new year when you lived it past year into the new year.
The stock taking of your past and what you need to change over what you've been doing.
To others, making yearly resolutions without fulfilling them is meaningless.
Having been setting this rule over the years, I have not been able, I have not had the will to implement these rules. So I do not see any wisdom continuing to do what I have, not been keeping.
Why do some people make New Year resolutions but end up not meeting the set goals?
Well, for you to keep to your resolution, you need to plan and follow your plans accordingly, and also pray that God should be on your side as you make that resolution, because as humans, you can make the resolution but you won't be able to keep to it.
Whatever resolution you make, depend on God, depend on His word. The word of God is very powerful. And then you pray, because sometimes people make resolution without prayers.
As the year 2024 unfolds, there are hopes that the resolutions made will uplift the individuals, Nigerians, and the country. In Uyo, Etienne Ibanga, NTA News.
Well, with self-will and determination, you can attain your goals. Let's find out the goals scored on Sport Update.
In a proactive move to bolster and unify efforts for sporting success, the Minister of Sport Development, Senator John Eno, is set to host a crucial meeting with Sport Federation President in Abuja this Thursday, paving the way to further strategic discussions ahead of the African Games. The meeting is anticipated to strengthen unity, streamline strategies, and foster a conducive environment to achieving a remarkable feat at the African Games coming up in March this year. It was an exciting round of matches in the Nigeria Premier Football League in March the 17th, as Lobby Stars of Makudi recorded their second away win of the season against Kwara United. In Eket, struggling Akwa United returned to winning ways with a comfortable 3-1 win over Abia Warriors. The promised keepers came from a goal down to claim the maximum points under their caretaker coach Umar Abdullahi. Table toppers Remo Stars left it led to beat Sunshine Stars 2-0 in the Southwest Derby in Ekene, while Rivers United held Gombe United to a 1-1 draw. Away from that, it was a day to forget for Nigeria Super Eagles group opponent Guinea-Bissau in the upcoming African Cup of Nations, as they were taught a bitter lesson by Mali. Playing in Bamako against the Carthage Eagles, the deserters suffered a humiliating 6-2 lead on Saturday night. Niakite and Kolobali gave the hosts a comfortable lead in under 15 minutes, but Mama Balde halved the deficit in the 37th minute, while Dombia made 3-1 to Mali in the 40th minute. Carlos Mane made it 3-2 to Guinea-Bissau in the 42nd minute before Mali went on a rampage in the second half. Guinea-Bissau will face Ivory Coast in the opening game of the competition on the 13th of January. Amazongo for Sport Update.
And that's Panorama. Thank you for your time. Do have a beautiful day. I'm Ruth. Aguele. Bye.